What's up, guys? It's Rob. I've got a free-for-all match here. This free-for-all match was from the very beginning of Black Ops 2 when the game just came out. So it's kind of old, but I've had it on my hard drive for a while. It's a great gameplay, very respectable free-for-all score of 30-4. Using the MSMC, and obviously this is a little bit different than the MSMC we're using nowadays. It's been patched I don't know how many numerous times. But still, I wasn't quite as good at playing Black Ops 2 as I am now. It's just the very beginning of these days as the game came out. Now, anyways, man, I just got back from about a week-long camping trip. I live in the NorCal, California, and went down towards the middle of California to the Sequoia National Redwoods, which is in the Sierra Nevada mountains. And absolutely awesome. If you guys aren't aware of what the Sequoia Redwoods are, they're a certain type of redwood, a certain breed of redwood that are kind of rare. They only grow on the west side of the Sierra Nevadas, and they're basically giant redwoods. They're that you've seen probably pictures of those redwood tree that you can drive through. It's so large and wide that a car can drive through the center of it. And that's basically what it is. There's like this, trees are over 2,000 years old. They're, God, I don't even know, like maybe 50 feet wide. They're pretty damn cool to be up these, and they're probably 200, no, they're higher than that. They're hundreds of feet high, let's just say that, because I can't remember the specifics. But went there, camped for about 6 days and 5 nights, had a great time, met some cool people from the LA area that were musicians and in the music industry, and we were playing the guitar, doing a little Warren G regulators, rapping some Warren G regulators to some acoustic guitar. It was pretty funny. But just had a great trip overall. It was a good experience just to get away from the city, kind of get away from work and just relax and veg. I got home yesterday, so I just felt like it's time for me to be productive. I know I haven't been posting anything on the channel for a while. I haven't even been playing Black Ops, honestly. I haven't picked up a controller in weeks because I'm just kind of bored of Black Ops, man. I'm waiting for Ghosts to come out, and I'm going to try and get Ghosts as soon as I can. I can't guarantee that's going to work out financially that way, but we'll see what happens. But, it's just that point in time in the gaming community when everyone's bored of the game and no one really wants to play it, no one's really online, and I got other better things I can do with my time other than sit in front of a TV wasting the prime years of my youth while I still have them. So that's pretty much what I was doing. I had a really crazy call the last shift right before I went on vacation. It was like my last call of the night. I was just getting ready to get off for work. I'd been telling my previous partner on the ambulance that I was just overdue for someone being in cardiac arrest and in need of revival. So I was like, man, it's going to happen sometime soon because I just haven't had a dead person in a while that I could really do much on. So it came, man. It came right before the end of my shift, finally, and right before my vacation, and it was a 21-year-old chick in a bathtub, dead, and she supposedly, from what the boyfriend was saying, overdosed on heroin, and he found her like that. It was a real messy. We call them when they're in cardiac arrest. We just call them codes. So we were running this code on this woman. We're trying to revive her. It was just really messy conditions. She'd vomited everywhere. Because basically whenever you're dead, you lose all muscle function, including the pyloric valve in your esophagus. And that means that if you just ate or drank something recently and were putting some air in your stomach, then all that stuff in your stomach's just going to come right up. So as she was laying on the ground, she was just vomiting everywhere. There's vomit coming out all out of her mouth. It was that real chunky shit. So it just made it a real nightmare to secure her airway and breathe for her. And some of the stuff went into her lungs, so I was suctioning what I could out, and basically it just went about as smoothly as you could possibly hope for crappy conditions like that to go, but it was just not ideal by any means. It took about 3 minutes for me, a police officer, and someone else to hoist her out of the bathtub because she was so soaking wet, and she probably weighed like 200 pounds. So she was just slipping from our grasp as we're trying to pull her body out of the tub and revive her. So it's just a nightmare of conditions. And at the end, it turns out that It wasn't an overdose at all, which made sense to me because nothing was adding up that I was seeing with an overdose. There weren't like needles and heroin near her. There weren't track marks or puncture sites on her arms from shooting up. And her pupils weren't correct for the heroin overdose. They're actually kind of bloodshot. Well, as it turns out, at the end of the shift, I get a call from our dispatch, and this police detective wants me to talk to him. So I call the police detective, and basically they have informed me that basically they believe it was a murder. And that makes more sense to me because the guy was wet and he was claiming to be in a different room, but she was in the shower. More than likely what ended up happening was he basically strangled her in the bathtub and drowned her by holding her under the water. And the reason she was bloodshot was because when you asphyxiate and die that way, your capillaries in your eyes bleed out. They kind of pop from all the pressure. So that's what happened. She was murdered, and it was me taking part in a murder scene. I didn't know it until the end of it. So anyways, crazy story. Glad I could produce a video for you guys in a commentary, and hopefully I'll get another one out to you guys in a timely manner later.